Hello everyone. As promised, I'm going to do a series about the sketch I made for my Tron Legacy Identity Disc. I wrote, I should say. Starting out from the very beginning while I was just testing, going through to the buttons that I had to find out, okay, how I'm going to control the buttons. Moving from there to the, let's see, the NeoPixels, and then to animation, where I just did a simple animation test, and lastly the code that's currently running, where I incorporated Earth Collector's animation code into my sketch to get all the effects of the C-ring boot up and the disk spinning. So that will be coming later. First off is the first sketch I did, later version. I'm at I started publishing from 030, I believe, on GitHub, and the reason for that is that before that I had the Bluefruit incorporated, and that just had a different setup, and I refined along the way with how everything is situated in the code, with sections between it to make it more readable and stuff. So everything before here is just the same, um, more clumsy and with the Bluefruit inclusion, so not much different. So the first section of this code is all the required libraries that are included. So I just sorted them right up here with the clear references for myself and others. And then moving on to the definitions for the pins for the music maker, the pins for the NeoPixels, uh, NeoPixel setup, the declaration that I have in this case, for instance, the RGB W with the extra wide pixel. The Adafruit NeoPixel Uber guide explains all of that. And then we get a global variable for the color wheel. And this one I had to change, by the way. It was called gamma, but apparently it conflicted with something in Adafruit's library. And there was, it was very roughly explained on the net, also by Adafruit, what the issue was. And I eventually figured out how to rename it. I believe they fixed it now in their new example sketch, but that was a very annoying issue when I first started hooking up my NeoPixels, and it gave me errors, and I said that this came out of the box. What did I do? Yeah, they just messed up. But enough of that. And then I get to get my serial setup, just setting up my serial interface with a baud rate of 9600 and some standard serial prints, hello world, and stuff like that. Um, then moving on to the NeoPixel setup, everything again in NeoPixel Uber guide. It's all explained there, and also I commented the heck out of as much of the things that I could. And this is set up for the music maker, and then this one starts playing a file which you heard in earlier videos. Yeah, this one I'm not sure yet. The music maker is a fiddly thing that I'm still figuring out, so not sure yet if that's still accurate. So then moving on here, we go to the void loop, and the void loop in this case has some code for the music maker, which is not relevant for testing. It was in the example sketch, but it didn't work at the time. So this whole section is well, not really relevant actually. The only relevant thing for the functionality is this one. What it does, it goes past every function one at a time. So when I mentioned in an earlier video, hey, it's not starting with this one when it is starting here, that's because it's going for red everything, then it puts every pixel green, blue, then it makes every pixel white, and then it goes to that one, which is the second strip, making that one green. I just copy pasted everything twice for ease of use. I just needed something whacked together quickly so that I could test sound and light together. And up here I could also then define the number of pixels to 59 for the inside. This of course is twice that, 118, but the actual length of the strip is 59. I'm just driving that same strip twice on the same line. The code, the Arduino doesn't know that. It's 59 unique pixels effectively, and 88 for the outside. So having that in there separately made it possible for me to have those driven to the length that the strips actually were. So back to that. So that's just that. It just moves past everyone, going red, green, blue. Rewatch my video and you'll see that happen. So that's one thing I learned at that time. So it's okay, it just goes through it. It's, you know, at that time I was starting out. I'm still starting out, but at least I am starting to understand a little bit more. So that's that. And this one was already grayed out. I didn't try this one, I believe. I just again copy pasted the Music Maker sketch. Let's see, no, I didn't reference which ones. So if you go to, this is Dutch, so it's examples. And then the library, I believe I've used the Feather Player example sketch. I can just open it and check for sure. Yeah, the Feather Player, because it has checks in there to get the right one. It's automated. Yeah, the Feather Player is the one that I used for the feather, and the original for, so examples, NeoPixel, and then the RGBW strand test, and that can be, I believe it's also always called that, but you have to add it in their example code if you actually have the W version, so with the extra white pixel or not. And you get those libraries by installing them. Adafruit's guide for both the Music Maker and NeoPixels explains how you do that, so I won't do that. And then I just copied every function. So you have this one is just mentioned once. It's for the Music Maker to list the files, and then you have just everything twice. So with the colors fill, the color wipe, it's just copied. Everything is just copy pasted in there twice, but then with Rainbow 2, Strip 2, exact stuff like that. So that's how I did the test sketch. It was a simple copy and paste job. And what I did find in the beginning, which I did not realize, if you start a new sketch, I'll do that now. The only thing it does is show you the void setup and the void loop. Now I did know from the limited experience that I had with scripting and seeing other sketches that here you do your definitions and variables and declarations, it all goes there. And what I forgot was that functions go below the void loop. So what happened to me the first time is that I forgot a bracket, which made the void loop fail, and it could not. No, I forgot the bracket behind just get that out of the way. I don't know if I forgot the bracket behind this one. No, that's the void loop. No, if I forgot it here with the print directory, the file listing helper for the Music Maker, or that I forgot it in the void loop. I believe in file listing helper because it went bitching around and it wasn't declared, and yeah, learned something. So just adding that for extra reference. So that's about that's my long-winded video about this sketch. So I'm moving on to the button cipher code next, and explaining how I got that done. Thank you for watching. Sorry.